So Zach Wheeler, it appears, almost making as much money as Joe Fortenbaugh.
Yeah. No, not even close. God, if I had that kind of money, I would not be here right now.
Okay.
I can assure you of that.
Fair enough. Well, you
Not
are
even
here.
2 weeks' notice.
Would not be here, but he is here. So you need to earn your paycheck,
Yeah.
feed the family. How about we do an MLB Minute? 1 minute on the clock. You know the rules. Go ahead, my friend.
All right, so last week we gave out an over, the Oakland Athletics. Very exciting stuff.
Really?
This week we'll go with an under on the Angels. We'll stick in California. Team that's gone under their season win total in each of the last 6 years. Now, that's not part of the analysis. That's just a fun fact. But here's what is part of the analysis. 73 wins from a year ago, but they lost a guy named Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani, who won the AL MVP award and also led all of Major League Baseball in WAR. You're not exactly going to replace a guy like that. After all, WAR, wins above replacement, operative word being wins. That's going to cause a drop-off. Bullpen's a little bit better.
Okay.
Rotation still has plenty of questions. How many games will Anthony Rendon play? How many games will Mike Trout play? Still big questions. With as tough as this division is, I'd be looking at the under on the Angels this year. Look
All
at
right.
that.
Now, I know this is the first time I've hosted this segment
Look at
since my
that.
vacation, but still plenty of time left on the clock. What the hell?
Wildly efficient. I did the same thing last week, so I took it down to the end, and then I did a little dance. One thing to keep in mind, there is inherent value betting unders when it comes to MLB win totals. Take a look at this.
Oh.
You can only win a grand total of 2,430 games across Major League Baseball during the regular season. But when you add up all the win totals at ESPN Bet, it comes out to 2,446 wins. That's 16 more possible. What? What does that mean? Well, there's value in the unders because some of those prices are inflated. So it doesn't necessarily just apply to the Angels, but in general, value in betting unders when it comes to win totals.
I did not know that. Well done.
Thank you.
My friend. Now, speaking of win totals, I discovered a discrepancy in, you guessed it, the NL Central. That's where my St. Louis Cardinals reside. Now,
Okay.
Joe, despite having identical odds to win the division, Chicago Cubs have a win total at ESPN Bet of 83.5, and the St. Louis Cardinals have a win total at ESPN Bet of 85.5. Would one of those bets be better than the other based on what the win total market is telling us?
Certainly seems like it, right? If you're going to have the same price to win the division, it might come down to having the same price in terms of the win total as well. Yeah, I mean, you really break that sort of thing down, you might find yourself a little bit of an edge there. It's a good note, though. It's a good note, especially if you'd see something like that in the NFL where you have an even smaller sample size. But here you go. Cubbies are supposed to be, I know you're a Cardinal fan, Cubbies are supposed to be, dare I say, this year.
Here's what I have to say about both the NL and AL Central. The teams expected to win, their win totals are like 83, 85. They'd come in last place in the AL East if that was the case. Not strong in the middle of the lower 48 in Major League Baseball. All right, let's bring Anita Marks in. Anita, you have a total you're looking at too. What is it?
Yeah, do I get a pitch count as well? Just out of curiosity, do I need to keep this underneath a minute?
Nah.
Let's talk about those Tampa Bay Rays, because I feel each and every year it's like lock and reload, rinse, cycle, repeat. Every year it's the same thing for the Rays, right? They develop this unheralded talent, especially with their pitching, starting as well as their bullpen. They trade off valuable assets. They got such a great return on Tyler Glass now. And they always overachieve, guys. 90 wins or more in all but one season since 2018. Underrated offensive core, a lot of depth, maybe some of the best depth in Major League Baseball, and elite defense. So for me, it's the Rays. I've got to go over. It's just what they do. It's what they do.
It really is remarkable what Tampa Bay just does, despite that payroll.
Stacked division. You got to be concerned, obviously, with Baltimore's rise. The Yanks spent a lot of money like usual. They've got the team set up nicely for the offseason with the trade. On top of that, the Red Sox are the one team that's probably going to end up finishing in the gutter, which is shocking considering how things have changed. But with the way the Rays navigate over the course of the season, they know how to squeeze out every last piece of value.
There's no doubt about that. I like that with you, Anita.